my beautiful people. Welcome. If this is your first video, if you like what you see, please like and subscribe so that you can see more. I'm very excited because today we're going to be messing with some polygel, which is not my most experienced product, I'm not going to lie, but that's what we're doing today. This is going to be a lot of fun. This is the Butterfly Series Polygel Kit from SXC. I did get this on Amazon. I will go ahead and put the screenshot of how much it costs over here for you so that you can see how much it currently is. This is the box. On the top of it, it has this beautiful pink, blue, and white butterfly, as well as a pink, blue, and purple lettering. The back here is all of their little social medias. Looks like they're all the same thing. When you open the box, I can open the box. The first thing that we have is a 24-watt UV LED nail lamp. It has a 30-second and a 60-second timer setting. It has the plug for the lamp. And underneath is the lights. Very small, very compact. I actually really like this. Also in the box are these really pretty glitters. There is a holographic blue, some shimmering pink and gray, and some opalescent white. And I want to open these up and give you a little bit of a better view because there are some really cute little butterfly charms in here. I apologize, sorry, not sorry, for my daughter if you hear her in the background. She is with me here today since I'm not doing acrylic. I felt that it was okay for her to come spend some time with me while I did this video, so that's just her in the background cooing away. Oh, this glitter was open. Okay, so this glitter was open. It is just a basic fine silver glitter. It is all over the place, as you can see. The next glitter is this really pretty opal one. Very pretty iridescent. And we also have this very beautiful blue. I like that blue a lot. I have quite a few blue glitters. It is one of my favorite colors, although purple is by far my favorite. And then this is a very pretty pink. It even seems semi-holographic in person, although on the camera it is not, well, not holographic, but it does have like a purple shimmer to it. I apologize that my camera is not picking that up, but it does have a purple shimmer to it. And then we have the little butterfly charms. These are very pretty, and I love the little details in the wings. It definitely gives something to them that makes them stand out from other butterfly charms. The next thing in the box is this bigger package here. In it we have some really pretty, mostly iridescent, oh they are all iridescent butterfly little mylar type flakes. These are very pretty. If you've watched my other videos, you know that I have some that are just like this, except they are a paint splatter design. I'm really digging that purple one. Very pretty. In here is also some dual forms, which I may try out. I have only ever done polygel with tips, and only a couple of times. I am by no means an expert with polygel, but it also comes with these really, they're very thin to me, but these are dual forms. These are made to form the polygel nails. The next thing in this bag are these very pretty AB rhinestones. So I will definitely be using these as well. I'm going to try to use a little bit of everything from the kit. Then you have your SXC brush. On one end is the polygel brush. I feel like every actual polygel kit comes with one of these. And then the other side is just the spatula for picking the polygel up. And then we have some nail forms if you want to build the nail just without a tip or anything like that. I do not have a lot of experience with these nail forms though. I've tried them once, but I will definitely be doing a video dedicated to me practicing with these just because I think it would be something fun to do. So we will be trying these as well as the other ones that I have out. And then the last two items in this bigger package, I believe there's only one sheet in here. Check. Yes, are these very pretty holographic silver butterfly stickers. And there is also these really pretty, more realistic looking butterfly stickers. Not sure which of these we will be using today. I will try to use one of these. Not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. I'm going to kind of wait until I have a look at the colors in order to decide. And then you also have your slip solution, which I have never used a bottled slip solution before. I have only used alcohol, so I will give this a try today just to see what it's like. And then it comes with a base coat, and it also comes with a top coat, and all three bottles are 8 milliliters or 8 mLs. And then you have the charger cord for the lamp. And last but not least, you have your polygel colors. So I went ahead and took all of the polygels out of the foam holder in the box, and we're just going to go ahead and go one by one and swatch these so you can see what they look like. And they all have these little tabs on them. I just wanted to do one to show you on camera, and then I'm going to do the rest off camera, and then we're going to go ahead and swatch them. The first color we have is Helena. Then we have Yasmina. Which is the clear. Then we have Evelina. Very pretty green. We have Angelina. Purple. Serena. Vienna. Fiona. Ariana. Anna. And Valentina. So these are all the shades. Okay, so these are all of the items from the box that I decided to use. I'm going to go ahead and use the more realistic of the butterfly stickers. I just like the color options and the flowers that it comes with. There is another row, but I didn't like any of those. I accidentally ripped it when I was opening the bag. So we're going to be using these. And I also chose these two colors. I glued the little swatches on the back so that I would know which colors were which. They are Evelina and Vienna. So we're going to be using those as well. as the clear because I want to try something with the clear. I want to add in some of the pink and blue glitter, as well as some of these clear iridescent butterflies into the clear polygel to make a new polygel with it. So we're going to see how that goes. I am going to try the pop-off method again, just so that, because I have another idea that I really want to jump right on. So we will be trying the pop-off method again today. For those of you who did not see my last video, the Easter basket nails, where I did try the pop-off method for the first time, I did not get very good results when filing, but I did a little bit of research and I think that I figured out where I went wrong and how to do it better. So we will be trying that again in this video. So that is everything that I'm going to use, including my little mini light that I got on Amazon. I will link it below so that we can do the pop-off method. And I'm just going to go ahead and select my tips and I'll be right back.
So from this point on, I will be doing a voiceover. I failed epically at the pop-off method. Again, I tried like 2 different ways and I just could not get them to stay on for me to even shape the nails a little bit. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to do that because it's just a lot to file down and soak off your nails in between each set when you're making videos like this. So we're gonna have to figure out something that works for us. Maybe I'll just try the do-it-yourself method, but I used my my Young Nails glue to stick on the nails. I do have to trim down the pointy parts of the nails, like where the well is, when I put them on most times, because they do not fit my natural nails because I am a nail biter. So there's that. So this is what the nails look like. I was originally speaking in that part, but I decided to do the rest of it as a voiceover because it was just better for me to do that at the time. Here I'm just putting on the base coat before I apply the polygel. Pretty basic. You just want to make sure that you cover the entire nail where the nail meets the tip of the edge of the nail tip, and you want to cover the entire length of the nail. I suggest roughing up the nail before you do this because it will help the polygel adhere to the nail tip better. I have seen like tutorials where it has lifted from the nail tip. So I'm just going to go ahead and try some of the SXC slip solution. And we're going to go ahead and start in with the pink color that I chose. This polygel was very, very sticky. It was also very warm in my house this day. I had a lot of issues with this polygel flooding my cuticle. Again, I am not very experienced with polygel. I did eventually switch to rubbing alcohol because I felt like the slip solution provided was not doing me any justice. And at some point you'll see me start to pat it into place instead of swiping, which I think is where a lot of my issue was coming from. And I'm just not used to polygel too much. And then partway between doing the first pink nail, the brush portion got loose, and when I gently tugged on it, it came out of the rest of the brush. So I did switch over to another polygel brush that I had. It's the To Be Glam one. It's basically the same thing. It's just this one wasn't wobbly. And I did cure that to give myself a base layer to work on top of. I think what I need to do when I get when I have stickier polygels like this is that I need to work in thinner layers. That might have been a big part of my problem. Again, I don't know if it was necessarily the polygel that was the issue. It was more than likely me, because as you can see here, I'm having a little bit less of a hard time because I did put a smaller amount to work with. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to do my pinky and my index finger with the pink. And I'm going to let you guys just kind of take a look, watch me do that. If I have anything else to say, as usual, I'll pop back on. But this is just the 2 pink nails that I did. And as you can see, I'm just patting the polygel into place. I just feel like this was a very soft polygel, and that as well as, you know, the temperature in my house, it was just not doing me any justice. As you could see on the pinky, when the second layer was done curing, I did have quite a bit of flooding in the cuticle. The same kind of goes for all the nails. The only one I didn't really have a problem with flooding on was the ring finger and the thumb, just because I didn't give it the opportunity to do that. You will notice, as you know, with anything, as I went nail by nail, my application did get a little bit better. You know, practice is everything. You are not, unless you're like a complete natural, you know, some people pick things up really quickly and they do amazingly. You know, some people take a little bit longer to get the hang of it. Just don't sell yourself short. You know, if you're having a hard time with it, just keep pushing. You know, it'll get easier. Or it might just not be your thing. But in most cases, if you just need to learn what technique works best for you, and that's pretty much what today was, because the other 2 times that I have done polygel, they were very stiff. They had a very thick consistency, and they were not runny or sticky like this. So, you know, everything's a learning curve. New products, new processes. You know, you got to give yourself time to adjust. Have patience with yourself. You know, just give yourself a chance to adapt and learn, and you really might be surprised at what you can do. I will say these first layers of the polygel that you will see me do in this portion is the day before. I did have to give it a break and come back to it the next day with a refreshed outlook and a refreshed level of patience, to really reevaluate how I was doing it and to give it a better effort. So you saw me do the 2 pink nails. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this really pretty green. I love this green. I wish that it would glow in the dark, because that would be awesome, but they're not. I did the middle finger and I did the thumb in this green as well, and you'll see me go ahead and do that. As you can see, I did add another drop of the polygel to the nail. That was after I cured the first layer. I think that this really helped me to get a better hang of this polygel by the end of the set, was me doing thinner layers and curing in between. You know, and this is what the pink and green look like. I don't think that it came out bad. Was the application a little difficult? Yes, but I think my perseverance and me pushing through really did me some favors. If I would have given up, I was ready to just junk the whole set, but I'm glad I didn't. So here I'm taking some of the clear polygel, and I'm going to mix some of the fine pink glitter, the chunky blue glitter, and I'm going to mix some of the little iridescent butterflies that I showed you in the beginning into the clear polygel, and I'm going to be applying that to the ring finger. And I'm just going to go ahead and use the spatula end of the SXC brush to mix this around. It came out a little bit more purple than I had hoped. I kind of should have known that was going to happen though with the pink and the blue glitters. But I just love how the little iridescent butterflies shine through the purple. It's very subtle, but they just catch the light perfectly, and I absolutely love how this little mix came out. This also helped with the consistency of this polygel. It thickened it up quite a bit. The clear was a little thicker than the colored ones, obviously because there's no pigment. but it thickened it up quite a bit, and the application process for my ring finger with the mix that I made was much easier, although I did still get flooding. I believe that maybe I should do like the 2 or 3 bead method as I would with acrylic, where you start lower down on the nail and you do the cuticle last, just to avoid some of that flooding in the future. Definitely a learning curve for me, as I am much more used to acrylic. But overall, I'm really happy with how this came out. It was a very frustrating process for me. I'm definitely the type of person that if I don't get something right away, I get very discouraged with myself. But you know, now that I'm a little bit older, I take more steps to work through that. As you see, I did get through this nail set, so kudos to me. And this is just a close-up look. That's a little bit of the leftover polygel. I did save that for a later time. Maybe I can use it on like a color block set. I don't know, it might come in handy, and I don't like to waste, so we did keep it. And then I noticed that there were just a couple little spots after curing that, because it is a more pigmented polygel, were more noticeable. So I did go back in with a little bit of that to fix it, and then I'm just going to cap that off in clear and do the green on the thumb. And as you can see, that little shimmer, that little iridescent shimmer from the butterflies in the polygel, it just came out so cute. I really love how that came out. I'm very glad that I mixed those in there, because just those little shimmers, I feel, really give it something to tie the purplish color in with the rest of the set, because they do give off like an iridescent green, and I just think it's very eye-catching, and I'm just really glad with the way that it came out. I apologize for how congested I sound. My allergies are really getting the best of me this year. We also have a lot of kitten fosters in the house as well, and I do have a mild allergy to cats, even though I love them. So with the extra kittens in the house, it is definitely, as you can probably hear in the background, one of the mothers is yelling at the kittens. But having the extra cats in the house really does not help. But this is just me capping off the nail in clear before I go ahead and move to the thumb with the first layer of green. As you can see, it definitely was easier for me by the 5th nail. I was still having an issue with the consistency of the polygel. Next time, I might try to keep the tube in the fridge if I use this color again. I don't know if that'll help any. It might just make it worse once it warms up to my body temperature. But yeah, so this is the first layer of the green, and then I will have taken a break just because things were getting a little hectic in the house kid-wise, and because I was really getting frustrated, and I felt it was just better to stop, walk away from it, and come back. You know, sometimes you got to do that to give yourself a fresh outlook and to revive your patience. So yeah, so that's what I do when I get frustrated. I just, you know, take myself away from it, and then I come back, and, you know, it's not giving up. It's giving yourself a chance to reevaluate your situation, you know, and that's a very good coping mechanism, especially for like when you're doing artistic things or when you're having a bad day. You know, it's okay to walk away and reevaluate your position on whatever it is that's frustrating you. You know, so don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to take breaks from things and revisit them at a later time. Don't be afraid to push yourself to finish projects. You know, you can accomplish a lot when you just give yourself time to reevaluate and, you know, pep talk yourself. Rome wasn't built in a day. I don't know who might still know that expression, but Rome was not built in a day, you know, and things take time, and you just got to have patience and faith and, you know, push through and get that, whatever it is that you're doing, done. So here is what the nails looked like the next day when I got back on them. I did go back in and apply another layer to fix the shape and give myself a little bit more of an apex. This is what they looked like after I did that. I apologize that there is not a lot of filing in this video. I do really love the filing in other videos, so I can imagine how disappointing it is when it's not in the video, but I just felt like this video was already entirely too long. I had a very hard time with this process, but that's okay. But I did include the final touch up to the cuticle, making it flush with my 5-in-1 bit from Pana. I got that on Amazon. I will link it down below. And I also touched up the sides and I smoothed out the tops of the nails. So I did include that. So please enjoy this little bit of filing that I included. And then I did include my buffing just so that you could see the process for that. It really helps to get out those scratches and gouges from using a hand file or a drill. And this is what they're looking like before I started my nail art. I am very pleased with how they turned out considering how they started. And I'm really glad that I persevered and I pushed through and I got these nails done. I think that they came out super cute, and I always go in, especially when I use my drill or my file, because I have very sensitive skin and I don't want to get any infections or anything like that from cutting myself, but also because using some alcohol and a manicure brush is a very important step to getting your nail art as clean and as put together as possible to remove as much of that dust and anything else that might be stuck to the nails from the application process, because nobody wants a lumpy nail art, you know, everybody wants everything to be smooth and put together. So using a manicure brush and some swipe or some alcohol is very important. So we're just gonna go in and we're going to do, I'm gonna attach the butterfly, add some rhinestones. I picked out some really cute butterfly stickers, and I'm going to do the pinky and index finger the same, and the middle and thumb are also the same, because, you know, the colors are the same, so I did those nails the same. And I added these cute little blue flowers to the inner and outer corners diagonally from each other on each of the pink nails. And then on the green nails, I'm going to go in with some of the butterfly stickers, and I'm going to alternate the colors, but I'm going to use the same ones for each of the fingers just because I want them to be as similar as possible without being identical. And so I went in on the index finger with the blue flowers as well on the opposite diagonal corners, just so it would kind of close out that design, so that again they are similar but not identical. And then I did go in on the thumb with the same butterflies that I used on the middle finger. I just switched up which one was on top and which one was on bottom. So now I'm going to start with my rhinestones. I did decide that I wanted to do an S shape on the pinky and the index finger to connect the flowers. I think that it came out really cute. I wish that I would have chosen to use the same size stones for the S line on the pinky as I did on the index finger, because I feel like it just made it look much more neat. Using different size stones on the pinky gave it kind of a janky, jagged look, and although it's still cute, it's not what I was going for. So on the index finger, I did choose to do the rhinestones all the same size. I still think that it came out really cute. It's just not as clean and uniform as I would have wanted. And I also noticed that I have never used these rhinestones before out of that container, and some of them were stuck together. I don't know why. I don't know what that was from, but I had to uncluster a lot of the rhinestones before I could even use them. So that was a thing. And then I did forget that I have this little UV LED flashlight, so I did use that just to cure the rhinestones in place. And then I went in with the SXC top coat that came with this kit, and I started to put the top coat around the rhinestones, but then I realized that the rhinestones were so glittery that you could put it on top. So I did put a thin layer on top as well, just to because I have a really hard time keeping rhinestones on my nail. I am very active and I'm very rough. So I did put a little bit of top coat on top of that as well. And then I did the same process on the ring finger. And now I'm just going to go in with some individual rhinestones on the middle finger and the thumb, just to give those a little bit of added sparkle as well. And then I will use the mini flashlight LED light to stick them in place while I do a top coat, and then I will stick them under the lamp for a full 60 seconds. And as you see, I did wipe the undersides of the nail and the tip just to prevent the top coat from sliding and making them more bulky than they need to look. And I used some of the Beetles rhinestone glue for this as well. And I just put the butterfly charm on the ring finger and then top coated that as well. And these nails came out so cute. I really am glad that I pushed through and I gave myself time to breathe, and I came back and I finished this set because I absolutely love them. They're so cute and they're just like the perfect spring colored. And the polygel that I mixed up came out so cute. Just look at those little iridescent flashes of the butterflies. I absolutely love these. I love how they came out. Thank you so much for joining me today in this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like. Let me know how I'm doing down below. Any tips, any criticism, anything that you really liked about them, anything that I can do better. Please subscribe to see more videos. If you would like to stay up to date and see what I'm gonna put out next. Coming up is a little shot of them outside with the light of the day, although it was kind of overcast and drizzling when I did these nails. So there isn't any like immediate direct sunlight, but yeah, I just absolutely love how these came out. I love the polygel that I mixed up, and this was a really fun set overall. I love how it came out. Please be safe. I want to see everybody in the next one. Be kind to each other. You know, make good choices. The world is not going to be better unless we get better. See you soon.